1, 2, 3, 4.
He was the hardest working man in show business, an onstage tornado of singing, dancing, and sexual energy. So who better to bring James Brown's life and legacy to the big screen than a kindred spirit?
How far back do you go with James Brown? Do you remember when you first met the man?
Yeah, I think it's 1964 in New York. But I went to see him doing a show. He treated me like kind of very, like I was kind of just new on the block, which isn't what I was, of course.
Right. Did you borrow any of his dance moves? Because you're up here a little bit. And
no,
he's
I used to borrow them. I used to unashamedly borrow. I kind of dropped them. I did some other ones. But, you know, I used to do in the early 60s, I used to do some of these moves. Yeah.
Although Jagger and Brown were not close friends, the Rolling Stones frontman was an early fan. Sometime after Brown's death in 2006, Jagger helped to resurrect an abandoned Hollywood plan to tell the Godfather's story. He reached out to Academy Award-winning producer Brian Grazer.
I get this incoming call from like outer space from literally the most famous and probably the most talented human being on the planet, Mick Jagger.
Hello, Brian Grazer.
The clouds parted.
Yeah,
and then the voice of Mick Jagger came through and said, I've got the rights to the music. Let's do a film. Yeah. Is that the way it happened?
Well, if Brian says so, it must be so.
Grazer and Jagger brought on director Tate Taylor, a lifelong James Brown fan, who directed the acclaimed film The Help.
My goal, and you can hear it here first, is I want you standing in front of your seat in the theater dancing.
The job of getting those people dancing in the theaters falls to actor Chadwick Boseman, who also played Jackie Robinson in 42.
James Brown's like a superhero. He can do anything, he can say anything.
Boseman takes on the ambitious role of James Brown without any prior training in singing or dancing.
You picked an actor in Chadwick Boseman, who by all accounts so far is doing an incredible James Brown.
Sometimes I forget to yell cut because I just forget I'm directing a movie.
You're mesmerized.
I'm mesmerized by him, all of us. And it's like that every single day.
James Brown was a fluid, super aggressive mover. So for Chad to learn and do that is quite an achievement.
Tell me about the split. Because a James Brown split is a little different from another split. Because you got to nail it.
You got to come back up.
And you got to come back up.
Yeah.
Have you perfected it?
Well, I haven't gotten stuck down there. Let's put it that way.
He told me that he had to learn not only to jump into a split, but more importantly, to get out of the split.
Yeah, out of the split.
Which is the real trick.
No, that's really hard.
That's the real trick.
That's really hard.
You've got something.
A young Mick Jagger appears in the film just as the real thing leads the Rolling Stones back on the road once again.
We're talking here about 20-year-old Mick Jagger. Now here we are, 70-year-old Mick Jagger, set to go back out on tour.
I've been practicing, doing my moves and in the gym and everything.